Hello everyone, welcome to a new video of the LEGO Studios, and today at the Dark Hunter reviews we have Tyrant. So before I start with the backstory, just let you know that you have the instructions in the description and the social media and that kind of stuff, but most important of all, you have the instructions. So let's go on with the backstory. So according to Biosector 1, Tyrant was a member of the Shadow Wars 1 species. He lived in the island peacefully until Ancient's action resulted in a civil war. He participated in the conflict until his hunger for power made him leave the island. So eventually became the brutal ruler of a small island south of Adina, where he was feared by his subjects due to his hobby of performing executions. I think that's the way you say it. I'm not really sure. Executions, yeah. So, and then 3,000 years ago, during the Toa Dark Hunter War, Tyrant agreed to ally with the Dark Hunters, but was never considered a fully member of the Dark Hunters. He wanted to become the leader of the Dark Hunters all the time, and he was challenging the Shadow Wars 1 authority all the time. And at one point of the war, he was betrayed by the Shadow Wars 1. He sent him with a group of Dark Hunters to fight against some Toas. I think was Likan and some other Toa Mangai. Not Mangai, is Toa. I don't really know the name of. I don't remember the name of the group for Toa, but it was Likan's team, I think. When the fight began, the other Dark Hunters left him alone. Because the Shadow One ordered that, and the only thing we know is that he was defeated by the Toa and he disappeared beneath the waves of the Silver Sea, and promising that he will revenge the Shadow One. However, he was able to survive, and as you know, after the Battle of Barra Magna, the Great Spirit was dismantled and he evacuated to the Sperus Magna from the Maturan universe to Sperus Magna, as you know. As always, he wasn't killed, and his main abilities was that he could absorb the heat and reach dangerously high temperatures, and he could then release the heat, creating a massive ball of heat, and he could also superheat the air, and his armor was also able to stand with extremely high and low temperatures. So that's basically his main abilities. So he appears in very few stories, I think. Yeah, only in Bionicle Dark Hunters and in Bionicle Encyclopedia Updated. Yeah, that's only where he appears. So that's basically all the backstory. So now it's time to go on with the building. So according to the building itself, he's pretty okay. I think he should have a longer neck. I think it will have made the head stand out more, and it will have made the muck stand out more, because I think he has the head very attached to the body itself. And yeah, it's pretty okay, but I think it should have a longer neck. And another thing is the shoulders. I think they should have been wider, a bit wider at least. And I really like the Rakshi piece because it don't really allow us to move it like, you know, the hand forward. You can only move it like up and down, but not forward, and that's bad for the possibility and making like cool poses, because you cannot make it him like shooting here like in front of you. He's like, it's very limiting, but in general he's pretty cool. He has a pretty cool like mod function here. You can open it and close it, so that's pretty okay actually. So now let's go on with some size comparison. So first of all, let's compare him with some standard Bionicle size. I compared it with Bionicles because they are like the standard Toa size, because you know, after the Bionicles, the most of the Toas has the same build or the same height. So compared to a toy Nika, he's a bit smaller, but he's a pretty decent size, even though. And so compared to Brutaka, oh, you cannot even see. He's very short. It's a lot shorter than Brutaka. Hey, what you doing, bro? And compared to one of his same species, he's a standard size, I think. It's a bit taller than Ancient, but he's a pretty good size if you think that it's the same species. So it's pretty okay, the size. So what more to say? I made some color variants. You know, this piece here should be black. I had the black one, but I went on with the gray one, but because I think it works better with the other hand that's gray too, and it's looked like very symmetric when you use it both the same color, I think. This should be black, but I mean, I don't really think you see some difference. I also made some changes on the cannon so it doesn't shoot all the time. I just put a, you can see it here, I just put a pin here on some of this. I don't really know what they're called, but you can see how it's built. And now you can't shoot because, you know, sometimes when you're posing it and you want to have the gun complete, you just pose and it then shoots away and then fly away and just say, oh my god, not again. And when you do it, and when you have this piece in the middle, it doesn't shoot away. Look, only like a bit, but no, it doesn't fly away. So he also has a very cool tail, but it's okay, it's very basic, but it's pretty cool. And here in the back, it's also very complete. It doesn't look like flat or any bad here in the back, so it's pretty okay. I really like the legs. They're really creative, they're really cool. And maybe the using the Buruk body piece here make it look too square, like it's a square, and I think it could have used another piece to make it more better to the aesthetics. But it's pretty okay though, because I don't really like how this sticks out here, because it's really like, it's a bit in the way here, but it's pretty okay though. So basically I like Tyrant very much. So Tyrant is pretty okay actually, he's very cool, and I really like him actually. It's not my favorite though, but he's pretty okay, and he's pretty cool to have if you know that he's the same species as Ancient and the Shadowy one, and you can have them all. I think he looks more like Ancient. I mean, if you think in the terms of species, he looks quite similar because he has like a similar tail. His tail, Ancient's tail is smaller, but you know the basic idea. You know, he uses like this here, and he also uses the same type of hand. So they are, and they use the same head, so they are pretty close. I mean, they're not, that makes them look very different, but I mean, you could really say that they are the same species, so that's pretty okay. He doesn't look that much, it doesn't look that much like the Shadowy one, because he doesn't uses the, because the Shadowy one uses the baggy head, so I think that's make him, that he doesn't look so much like him. But yeah, that's pretty much everything I had to say about him. It's not much to say about him because the building is not that difficult. I only had to take like my Exotoa hand to put it on here, and you know, this is very basic. You just have to use like the Mechu, the Baki food here, and it's pretty basic. The building is pretty basic, but it's pretty cool though. Okay, so the next one I'm gonna review, I think it's gonna be Savage. I'm not really sure. Might not review him because I had to destroy many Dark Hunters to build him. But I don't know, I'm gonna see what I'm gonna do. So if you like the video, give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, and share it. It really helps if you share it with someone. And yeah, see you next video guys, bye bye.